Race number 2 of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series heads to Hot-lanta and Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia for the running of the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500, and this is what truly starts the 2018 NASCAR season. As we welcome you to the NASCAR MDK pre-race show, I'm your host, Jay Krause, and like I said, race number 2 of the season at Hampton, Georgia and Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's get right into it with the news at the track. Smithfield has announced that they will sponsor Richard Petty Motorsports in 2018 for 6 races with the number 43 machine. For those who don't know, last year Smithfield left Richard Petty Motorsports to go to Stewart-Haas Racing in the number 10 machine for Eric Almirola. But yeah, so they announced that they will rejoin Richard Petty Motorsports for 6 races only with Darrell Wallace behind the wheel. Now another story coming from Cole Custer, he announced that he will drive for Rick Ware Racing. That's kind of a tongue twister. Rick Ware Racing in his first career Monster Energy Cup Series debut behind the 51 Ford at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in March. Now, that's all the news out of the way, but there is one story that is big coming to Atlanta, and that is the story, the feud between Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace Jr., or Darrell Wallace Jr., I want to call it. First, let's start off at the beginning. Heading to Speed Weeks, the Daytona 500 weekend, Denny Hamlin was on a podcast for Barstool Sports on the podcast named Pardon My Take, where he said this about drugs.
Oh, here's a good question. Do you get drug tested?
All the time.
Really? So when it comes to concentration, I've always wondered about that. Do you think that there's a significant amount of NASCAR drivers that take like Adderall or some sort of like ADD medicine to try to focus more?
I would say yes.
Ooh.
All right.
You got to put a percentage on it. It's the old Jose Canseco rule. You got to be like 90% of NASCAR drivers do this.
70%.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a headline grab. What?
And now that really caused a huge outrage in the NASCAR community. Kevin Harvick said this on his Sirius XM show Happy Hours on Monday, talking about Hamlin's comments.
Scott Bailey, 881, chimes in and says, what did you think about Denny Hamlin's Adderall comment?
Yeah, well, sometimes it's you can say things that you think are funny that really aren't that funny, and I know that Denny said he was kind of making a off the cuff comment, trying to be funny, but really wasn't that funny, because I think as you look at the rest of the drivers and the people that are in the sport and understand the drug policy and understand the things that we go through on a weekly basis, it kind of made him seem a little bit out of touch with everything that's actually going on in the sport. So, not a very cool comment, and I don't think anybody in the garage really appreciated having to answer the questions or deal with them. So, sometimes, Denny, it's better just to be quiet.
Now, let's go back to the Daytona 500 weekend. Coming to the start-finish line, Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace make contact. Darrell comes down on Hamlin, cuts Hamlin's tire, and Hamlin goes up into the wall, hitting Wallace with him. Wallace ended up finishing second, and Hamlin got third. Now, after the race, Bubba was being interviewed from Fox Sports, where Vince Welch told him about what do you think about what happened between him and Hamlin, where Wallace said this.
So close in your first full-time ride for Richard Petty in the 43 to finish second at the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I got so many emotions going right now. Congrats to Austin. RCR Alliance 1-2, that's pretty good. I want to see the replay before I say anything stupid, but he might need to take some Adderall for that one. But all in all, a great day for our Click and Close Chevrolet Camaro Z01 team. Just an incredible experience for me to be able to be here for my first.
What do you see in here?
He says I cut his tire down. Looks like the same movie he pulled on Blaney at Martinsville. But
now, after that, Hamlin said that he heard about this and saw Wallace, and there was a Twitter video from, I forgot who it is, but I'll show a picture. I'll show his name on screen right now. There was like a 15 or 30 second clip of Hamlin and Wallace having a big confrontation, and basically Wallace said something about with the Adderall comment and how that was not right, and Hamlin said he doesn't need a PR lesson from him. That's what Hamlin said to him. That's all what I could hear of it, because it was just really muffled, because you couldn't really tell what they were saying, and that was it. Now let's flash forward to Atlanta weekend. On Friday, Darrell said this at a press conference.
I've been removed from both, yeah. So, although I didn't get the direct text, it went through like 5 or 6 people, so that's classy, I guess.
So you really have been told that you're not welcome there anymore?
No, I have not. I have been told the golf league was out. I removed myself from the basketball league just after the conversation we had that day. I was like, whatever, I guess I'm not coming back. That's okay.
That's right. So Hamlin apparently told others that Wallace is kicked out of the golf club or course or whatever. It's like a group thing that Hamlin created. He's out of that. He kicked them out, and Darrell removed himself from the basketball league because he thought eventually he would be banned from that. My take on this is simply as this. Hamlin, you should not be pissed off. You should not be mad about Wallace because you brought this on yourself. You made the comment. All right? So why should you get mad? If you made the comment, you shouldn't get mad if someone else turns it on you. That's like saying if I call someone an idiot and that person, if I say this, if all of the drivers are idiots and then a driver calls me an idiot and I get mad, it makes no sense. I mean, you call them an idiot, so why should you be mad if they called you an idiot back? It just makes no sense. Hamlin, you're just proving more and more that I hate you. I mean, you are fighting for Kyle. Kyle Busch right now holds the spot as the driver I hate the most. You are taking that. You are fighting for that place, all right? So keep on trying. Anyways, we're moving along from a pre-race show to more of like an opinion show, but let's just get by that. Let's go on to the track facts for Atlanta Motor Speedway. Same thing as usual, 1.5 mile track surface is asphalt, yet it is the oldest track, or not oldest, the third oldest track in this series being repaved last since I believe 1997 or 98. Forward turns as usual. The banking is 24 degrees on the turns and 5 degrees on the straightaways. The lap record was set by Brett Bodine with a time of 28.074 back in 1997. 500 miles makes up the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 with 325 laps. Stage 1 and Stage 2 are 85 laps apiece, and Stage 3 being 135 laps. Now let's get into the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 starting grid for this race. Kyle Busch just edged Ryan Newman to get the pole at Atlanta. Newman starts second. Kevin Harvick, the driver to beat, people believe, the favorite to win this race, starts third. Daniel Suarez in fourth. Brett Keselowski, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. make up row 3. Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson row 4. Stewart teammate Clint Boyer 9th, and Eric Jones in 10th. Eric Almirola in 11th. Denny Hamlin 12th. Row 7, Casey Kana, kind of a shock because of his team. He's with Levi Family Racing, which is a low fun of racing, so really shocking that he qualified 14th. Good run for him. Row 8 contains Paul Menardo and Joe Logano. Row 9 contains Michael McDowell and Alex Bowman. Row 10 has rookie Darrell Wallace Jr. and Trevor Bayne. Row 11 contains AJ Allmendinger and Jimmie Johnson, which is a huge surprise for him because Johnson runs really well at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Rookie William Byron in 23rd, Chris Buescher 24th. Austin Dillon, the Daytona 500 winner, and Ryan Blaney make up row 13. Row 14, Chase Elliott 27th, a big shock for him. The hometown kid, qualifies 27th in his Chevrolet with Ty Dillon on the outside of him. Row 15 has David Riggin and Matt DiBenedetto. Row 16 has Greg Golding and Cole Witt. Row 17 has Jeffrey Earnhardt and Ross Chastain. And row 18 has Mark Truex Jr. and I think is not Ben Rhodes, Harrison Rhodes. Sorry about that. Truex Jr. The reason why he starts 35th because he failed pre-qualifying inspection, and as a result of that, his car chief has been ejected from the track. So that's going to be a big blow to Mark Truex Jr. Now let's get into the odds to win for this race. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. How about this? What a surprise. Mark Truex Jr. with a 5-1 chance, as well as Kyle Larson and Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott with an 8-1 chance. Jimmie Johnson, the 48, with a 12-1 chance of winning. Denny Hamlin, Brett Keselowski with both a 12-1 chance. Joe Logano with a 14-1 chance. Then Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, and Alex Bowman with a 25-1 chance of winning. Then Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, and rookie William Byron with a 33-1 chance of winning. Austin Dillon, Jimmy McMurray, and Ryan Newman with a 51 chance of winning, as well as Trevor Bayne, Eric Almirola, and Daniel Suarez. Now, let's get into the crunching the numbers. Take a look at the drivers that you should look out for at Atlanta. Jimmie Johnson, the winningest active driver at Atlanta Motor Speedway. In his 26 races, he has scored 5 career wins, 14 top 5s, 26 top 10s, and has an average finish of 10.8, an average finish of 11th, and has led 585 laps. With that in mind, Atlanta could be the turnaround for Jimmie Johnson in his quest for a record 8th Cup championship. Now, KCK also has a good record at Atlanta Motor Speedway. In his 21 races, he has scored 3 career wins, with the last one being in the fall of 2014. He has also scored 8 top 5 finishes, 10 top 10s, with an average start of 10.7 and an average finish of 17.86. He has led 353 laps. Now, KCK, you know, he's with the low funded racing and Levon Family Racing. He could be the sleeper and might get a good run, possibly a win maybe, at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now, Kyle Busch also has a good record at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He gave Toyota their first career win back in 2008 and scored another one in 2013. Since then, in his 19 races, he has scored in 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s, with an average start of 12.3. However, he has had an average finish of 15.26, but led 423 laps. And I might add, he also won the pole for this weekend's race. So watch out on Kyle Busch to maybe get his 3rd career win at Hot-lanta. Now, whenever we go to a mile and a half track, we always bring up the name Martin Truex Jr. Since 2016 on mile and a half tracks, he has scored 10 wins, 14 top 5s, 18 top 10s, with an average shot of 5.3 and an average finish of 6.2, and has led over 2,100 laps. However, at Atlanta Motor Speedway, his record doesn't hold true to his mile and a half career. He has scored 0 wins in his 19 races, only 2 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. With an average shot of 14.9 and an average finish of 18.32, he has only led 281 laps. So why might this be a mile and a half track? Don't put your money on Martin Truex Jr. to maybe have a good run this weekend at Atlanta. Now let's take a look at the driver stats. 3 drivers that you should look out for: a dark horse and a driver that is going to have trouble, in my opinion, this weekend at Atlanta. The driver to look out for, no surprise here, Kevin Harvick. The last 4 races, he has led the most laps, but has not been able to close a deal. He was 7th fastest in first, 23rd third fastest in second practice though. However, he qualified 3rd. So, I mean, when Kevin Harvick has a good car, that's usually bad for the field, so watch out for him. The driver that you should be careful of, or driver that will have trouble this weekend, Chase Elliott. And I was shocked by his stats. 29th fastest in first, 28th fastest in second practice, and qualified 27th. Again, as I said before, big disappointment for him. He's the lowest Hendrick Motorsports driver in the field. The driver that is second lowest is Jimmie Johnson. He is 22nd. So Chase Elliott needs to find something, or needs something amazing to happen, or to even have a mediocre run this weekend. And a driver that's a dark horse, Ryan Newman. He has shocked me. I was not expecting Ryan Newman to be this good. 12th fastest at first practice. He was fastest in final and qualified 2nd. So if he's a driver that I would watch out for. Maybe could spoil the party. And I mean, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. Maybe can give RCR their 2nd straight win. Who knows? I'm not gonna jump to conclusions right there like that. But hey, anything is possible. Now I am starting a new thing, like a new I guess part in the show where I'm gonna show my fantasy live setup or lineup. I am part of a group called RPM Cup on Fantasy Live on NASCAR.com, and every week I'm gonna give you my starters and my bonus drivers and just gonna give you my lineup of drivers that if you guys want to pick to help you with your league, then go right ahead. But don't blame me if your drivers don't do well. All right, don't blame me. All right, you can, if you want to, you can pick it. If not, you can pick something else. But my starters include Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Kyle Larson. These drivers have been very good throughout practice and qualifying. I believe all of them except for Blaney and Keselowski I picked once. So Blaney and Keselowski, this is the 2nd time I picked them. I put Clint Boyer in the garage. I feel like he would be like a sleeper type of person. I might add him in there in case, let's say one of these drivers don't do well. My bonus, stage 1 I believe will go to Harvick, stage 2 to Kyle Busch, and as a result, Harvick I think will eventually become the race winner. Hence why I'm picking Ford as a manufacturer winner. So now with that leading into it, Harvick is going to be my pick to win this race. If you lead the most laps 4 times in a row at a track, at one track, you're gonna go to victory lane. It's bound to happen. I feel like this time, Harvick will finally break the curse of leading laps and not being able to close the day. I feel like he will finally close it out and win this race today. But yeah, that is my pick for this race today, and that is the NASCAR MDK pre-race show at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now, there is a possibility that this race could be postponed to Monday. If that is the case, there will be no post-race show because you know, I have school. You know, I can't really do that. But if the race gets in on schedule, then I might have a post-race show after that. But if the race starts at like 10 or 11, I'm not gonna do a post-race show because I won't have time to do that. But yeah, so as a result of the rain, they're pushing it up to 1:16. That is when the race starts. 1:16 p.m. Eastern Time is when the race is scheduled to start. Not a confirmation, again, due to the weather, because I believe it's like a 60 or 70% chance of rain. You'll see it on the bottom left in the area, but who knows what happens. But yes, thank you so much for watching the NASCAR MDK pre-race show covering Atlanta Motor Speedway. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. But until next time, I'm Jake Krause from NASCAR on MDK, and I will see you in the next video.